want you guys to think of a couple of questions that are keeping you up at night. There's no presentation today. I'm going open format. I want to know what's keeping you guys up at night, and we're going to roll with that, all right? Because I want to keep you guys what you guys want to know. Fair enough?
Yep.
All right, sweet. All right, sweet. Okay, my name is Ulysses Baltazar. I'm a real estate professional. I'm owner of Sacramento Homes and Lifestyle, powered by Keller Williams over at KW Sac Metro off of Truxell. I'm also a real estate technology and social marketing strategist. That's really what my main niche focus is. I started off by simply helping one agent that tapped me on the shoulder and said, Ulysses, how the hell did you do that? It just simply started that way. My passion is literally social media, technology, and all of this type of stuff. I don't want to say it's per se social media, it's what it's doing. It's the momentum, it's the technology behind it, the algorithms. It's really what drives me. I'm a nerd. Iron Man's my jam. Marvel, I got tickets to the very first showing, April 25th at 5 p.m. fan event for Avengers Endgame. That is me. I have my kids and my family there. So that's a little bit about me, just so you guys know exactly how passionate I am really when it comes to this type of stuff, okay? So with that said, I want to give you guys the most amount of value. How much time do I have?
Till 9:45.
Till 9:45? All right, so about 30 minutes. So I got 30 minutes to give you guys as much value as possible in regards to real estate technology and social media and marketing. All right? We want to talk about branding today, because I'm going to be back at the end of the month,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay, so today I want to talk about branding because I think it's one of the most important things. So what I want to know is, what are you guys struggling with branding? What's keeping you up at night when it comes to branding? Even if the question is, what the hell is branding?
So I have a flash briefing and also a podcast.
Okay.
How in the heck did I get that out there to broadcast it's there? That's my problem. I can't figure out the marketing
Okay,
piece.
so you want to broadcast, you want to basically broadcast your podcast, right? Because
Right.
it's a form of branding for what you do and your business,
Yep,
correct?
yep.
So the easiest way, if anybody gets started on podcasts are all the rage right now. Raise your hand if you listen to a podcast right now. Okay, now keep your hands up if you've been listening to podcasts for over 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that's good. Podcasts are all the rage right now. Podcasts are just insanely all the rage right now. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, what else is out there that, there's tons. There's Stitcher,
Yep.
there's
iTunes.
Republic Radio,
Yep.
there's what? There are just tons
Yep.
of places where you can listen to podcasts. But the 5 top places are going to end up being Apple Podcasts,
Yep.
being number 1 right now, Google Podcasts number 2, Spotify number 3, you got YouTube, and you got iHeartRadio now. iHeartRadio is focusing hugely on big name celebrities that are coming out with their own podcast. Who's here familiar with Anchorman, like the movie Anchorman with Ron Burgundy, right? Mr. Will Ferrell, right? So if you guys didn't know, Anchorman, Ron Burgundy himself from the show, which is obviously Will Ferrell, he just came out with his own podcast show on iHeartRadio. It's called The Ron Burgundy Show. So it's crazy to see a character from a movie that only lasts about an hour and a half, 2 hours max, come to life into a full-blown radio show. It's interesting, but that's what's happening. Technology has evolved us, and thanks to podcasting, anyone can start a podcast. You can go to Guitar Center right now for $200, buy yourself a podcast setup, and you're rocking and rolling. To answer your question, how can you get it to all the places? Anchor.fm.
I'm talking about how do I get the word out. So I'm actually on BuzzFeed or Buzzsprout, punching out to all different places. I'm
Okay.
on iTunes, Google, all that stuff, right?
Okay.
Trying to figure out how to get the word on the marketing piece. How they say, hey, my.
Oh, you want?
Yeah.
Okay, so the best thing to do is share it. Share your episodes. So right now, if some of you guys know who Matt Aitchison is, right? Matt Aitchison Media. So I've partnered up with him since the beginning of the year. So we've really kickstarted the year really hard. And one of the big things that we're doing with branding is really just creating content. Creating content at scale is really what everyone in their business needs to be doing. Okay? And the reason why I emphasize a lot at content at scale, which is going to lead into answering his question, is there's just so much noise out there today, right? You get on Facebook and it's like not the same thing that you just saw 5 minutes ago. It's something totally different, right? And the lifespan on Facebook is about 5 hours for a post. If it's not getting any activity whatsoever in about 5 hours, it's old news, okay? If it's something that is super valuable, right? If you are watching a video of someone that is talking about, let's say, the rates, like you said, you were talking about the rates and why they should take advantage of it right now versus next year or in 5 years from now and all that, right? If you are giving folks that value of them understanding, hey, ladies and gents, look, the interest rates are kind of slowing down a little bit, all right? They're giving us that nice window for you to take advantage of today, because if you don't, in a year from now, if the interest rates were to go up 1 point, then this is what it's going to look like, right? Your buying power for this particular loan is going to be this much smaller. I'm saying that, right? Okay, great. So that right there would be extremely powerful. That is content, right? You didn't ask for a sale. You didn't ask for them, like, call me today. You didn't tell them, hey, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give me a call today. You weren't saying that. You were giving them value because you were talking about what's going on right now in real time, and you are trying to educate them on how to make the best decision. And you are allowing them to make the decision at the end in regards to how they're going to execute on that information. That is what content at scale is. You have to create value every single day. You really do. Because that is how you stay in front of your audience. All right? Now let me give you guys a little secret that you guys probably know. It's not a secret. You guys look at Keller Williams, you guys look at Remax, you guys look at, Warren Buffett with Berkshire and all that, and you ask yourself, how the heck did they get to that level? Believe it or not, it's not just because like, oh, I had a bunch of money and they just went and bought something. No, it takes marketing to be able to get to that level. Because if people don't know who they are, if people can't hear their message, they can't hear their value proposition, how will people ever know about that? So this exact same thing that I'm telling you is exactly what every single major company, Best Buy, Walmart, Berkshire, KW, Home Depot, they all do it. Why? Because you guys see it every day. Now, you might not think about it because you're so accustomed to it, right? Because Home Depot is part of your generation or this era, this current era. You've been seeing it for so long that it's like, well, of course, Home Depot's been around for ages. But how did they get there? No one ever reverse engineers the process of how did they all get to where they are today? And it's all about marketing. It really is. And the number one thing about marketing is the brand. How will they remember that? See, I can come up to you right now and be like, hi, my name's Ulysses Baltazar. I'm a real estate agent. I'm just wondering, do you happen to know anybody that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate at this current moment? Or yourself? And you could be like, no, no one. Or you could be, yeah, absolutely, great. Did you notice I didn't even say anything about Sacramento Homes and Lifestyle, my own real estate brand? That is what a lot of agents, including lenders, are falling extremely short on. You forget that you're not just an individual. Even if your real estate name is Baltazar Real Estate, team, group, whatever that might be. Everyone just quick to like, hi, my name's Ulysses Baltazar. You forget to represent who you truly are. See, I'm Ulysses Baltazar all day long because this is what I do. But if I'm a real estate agent, I'm just a representative of Sacramento Homes and Lifestyle. Okay? Now, I get it. Some of you are like, well, I don't have a brand because I'm a Keller Williams agent. Keller Williams is technically the brand. that I have to represent. And that's not technically true. Almost every single brokerage now allows you to build your own brand within their brand, because they want to make sure that your clients are remembering you. So that way, what happens? Referral business, repeat business. People know how to find you. They know how to get in touch with you. If you think that your name alone is going to be enough, we've got enough names to try to remember. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I am horrible with names. I am absolutely horrible with names. I really am. I'll recognize a face or two. But you know what? For some weird reason, and I guarantee you a lot of you guys are going to be like, dang, he's right. For some weird reason, it's very easy to remember someone when I have them attached to something. A picture, a design, or a logo, a brand, right? People never wonder that. Like, here's a simple one. Who came first, Mark Zuckerberg or Facebook? I'm being serious. Think about it. Who came first, Mark Zuckerberg or Facebook? I mean, yes, we know that Mark Zuckerberg came first, but you never knew who Mark Zuckerberg was until you knew Facebook.
It's true.
Yes?
I appreciate this because as far as I'm concerned, I know a little bit about marketing, a little bit about branding, but for relatively new agents, we're overwhelmed with all of the options, opportunities, and directions. So what I'd like to know, day one, step one, trying to get yourself out there, trying to become familiar. What is the first gap? What would you do?
Here's the funniest one, and it's not even going to involve marketing. It's called your vision. Your vision. Here's the biggest key thing, and the reason why I've been successful in what I do and the people that I've helped. You have to have clarity in what you're doing and where you're going with it. That's what, I mean, now I'm just talking mindset. Now I'm talking goal setting. Having a vision board. Understanding what you're trying to accomplish, why you're doing it, and where you're going with it. What is it going to look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Are you in the game for 5 years or 10 years or what? How long are you planning on being in real estate for? And what's your ultimate goal? Because that is the biggest mistake that a lot of real estate agents, including myself when I first started, was having that clarity. Like, holy crap, like I came from aerospace engineering, went into the real estate industry. It was a complete different world. But the mission statement to me was still the same. I needed to have clarity in what the heck my world's gonna look like 5 years, 10 years from now, based on the hard work that I'm gonna be putting in today. What am I going to have to show for it 5, 10 years from now, okay? Now, knowing that I wanted to have a team, okay, that I want to build a brand that is going to be competitive in the Sacramento area, okay, knowing that I want to keep going that route, then I understood, okay, then I'm going to need to make a brand that's going to be recognizable if that's what I want to do, right? And knowing that I wanted to achieve that, where I wanted to go with it, that's where you then start to reverse engineer. The simplest thing you can do is look and envision where you want to go and then start to reverse engineer that process. You really do. How did you get to that level, right? Like where you're going to have a team, what does that take? And this is where all of a sudden a lot of you are going to be like, hey, you know what, I want that. But how do I accomplish that? Well, guess what? How do you think the greats accomplish that? Mentors, your inner circle, training, attending mixers. Well, not necessarily mixers per se, but like networking events. There we go. Networking events, right? Surrounding yourself with the people that you want to look up to or that you want to be like, right? Necessarily you don't want to be like them, but you guys get where I'm going, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. Somebody once told me, you want a yacht, go hang around with a bunch of people that have yachts and watch yourself how quickly you're going to get yourself a yacht, right? You want to be a pilot, go hang around with a bunch of people that are pilots. Plain and simple. And I've learned that. I've only been in the industry for about going 3.5 years. And it didn't take long for me to figure it out, to figure out the formula to be successful in any industry, to be frank. It's first having your vision, having clarity in what that's going to be, right? What that's gonna look like. It's okay if you don't have all the answers. You just gotta have the passion and the drive. You gotta have, because remember, you said it. When we first start, we're so overwhelmed. We've got so much stuff that's going on, and where do we even start? You're already starting to talk yourself out of it because you're so stressed out. And sometimes you need to remember why you first started. Like, why did you get into it, right? Before you quit, you got to remember why you started. Because that's what's going to keep you going. That's what wakes me up in the morning. This morning I woke up because I knew I was going to come do what I love doing. Because I look forward to every day to do what I do best. To be able to achieve the ultimate goal of what I want. For myself and my family. Okay? Yeah?
Generic question about social media.
Go for it.
When should we post?
Okay, yeah, that's a simple one. Posting. So, like I mentioned before, Facebook lifespan is about 5 hours. Facebook's best time would be like 9, 12, and about 4 p.m. 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 4 p.m. Those are really the best hours for Facebook. Instagram, you're looking more on, actually for Instagram, this is really, really cool. On Instagram, if you have already converted your account to like a business account, which I highly recommend everybody does, convert your Instagram profile to a business account. It does not work like Facebook business pages where, oh my God, Facebook business pages are not getting any reach whatsoever, anymore and all that. We all know that. We all understand that, and it absolutely sucks. But on Instagram, the penalties are not the same. Instagram, if you have an Instagram profile, all right, you can quickly go into the settings and you can convert it into a business profile. It doesn't lessen your reach or anything like that. What I love about that is it gives you tremendous insight into who your audience is, okay? Because once you have that, you'll be able to click on your profile, you're gonna be able to swipe right, swipe left. Yeah, you're gonna swipe left, and it's gonna bring you to where it says Insights at the top. You click on that, and it's going to give you everyone that is following you, all of your friends. It's going to tell you their demographics of what country they're in, okay? It's gonna give you their age group, all right? Like, broken down into 18 to 24, 24 to 35, and so on, all right? And then when you scroll towards the bottom, you're going to see one of the best parts. When is your audience most active during the week? And then you scroll underneath it, and then it's going to tell you when they're most active during the day. What day of the week? So you'll be able to see and look at your 7-day week, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, my particular audience on Wednesdays are the most active. Okay, great. On Wednesday, what day? On Wednesday, what time? And then it breaks it down. 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 a.m., and so on, and it gives it to you all right there. And now you can see like, wow, okay, so they're most active on Wednesday at 1 p.m. So what would that tell me? That's when I need to post the most, because that's when they're on there the most, right? That's where I'm gonna get the most amount of engagement, right? So that's for Instagram. LinkedIn, it's more like early in the morning and after business hours. Too many people think that LinkedIn is still kind of like the resume place and job hunting place. It's really not that anymore. LinkedIn is super hot when it comes to LinkedIn. Right now, since we're talking about branding, LinkedIn would be the best place for you to, if you have no activity whatsoever on LinkedIn, go in there and make sure you're repping your brand all the time. Make sure you're telling people who you are, what you do, and provide some value. Doctors, lawyers, dentists, all these folks on there, they all need houses too. They all need home loans too. Okay, they all need a roof over their head. And LinkedIn right now is really, really, really hot. The organic reach on it is really good, so I highly recommend it. Yes, sir.
So B2B or direct to consumer, you think that LinkedIn?
Both.
Of them?
It's both. It's both. It could be business to business. Someone that, is looking for some type of information for their business or whatever, right? But then at the same time, what happens? They are human too. They are a family member to, whether if they're a family member to their parents or they are a parent, right? Or they're just part of an inner circle where they know people that are looking for a loan, that are looking for a real estate agent. They're all humans, just like you. The common denominator is we're all humans, which means that they need some of the same things that you need as well, okay?
I would disagree with that because almost everybody that wants to contact me is another real estate agent.
Right. On LinkedIn? Yeah, it just you have to be very strategic. Here's the biggest key thing. When it comes to social media and marketing, you can dump $100, $1,000 into marketing all day long. If you're not strategic about what you're doing, that money is just like gone with the wind. Okay, you have to be extremely strategic about what you're doing when it comes to marketing. Okay, you need to get hyper focused, you need to get hyper local, and you need to understand who your audience is. Your brand will never work if you're not presenting your brand to the people that are actually going to use your brand. See, on my Facebook page, my profile, my personal profile, I have 4,800, somewhere around there, 4,800 friends. Almost all of them are all real estate industry professionals. For one reason only. Because that's who I advocate to. That's who I speak to. That's who I like coaching and training because I'm in the real estate industry. I have my own team. I understand laws and regs and all of the policies, and I'm a social marketing strategist at the same time. I mean, it only goes hand in hand. Like, I should be helping other real estate agents do the exact same thing that I'm doing. Now you're a real estate agent, you're a lender. Your entire profile should be 5,000 friends of people that are not real estate agents, that are probably renters or homeowners or investors. That's who all of that should be. This whole life, well, I don't know them. I don't know over half of you here, but I trust you guys. I believe in what you guys do. It's the exact same thing. You don't need to know someone to all of a sudden. Remember, people need to build relationships with you, not you with them. And the way that you're going to build those relationships is by always providing value, because that's how you're going to attract your clients, your prospects. Why? Because you are a subject matter expert in what you do. And if you're not giving them that value, how in the heck are they ever going to know that you know this stuff? Are they supposed to just trust you when they see your name tag and it says that you're a real estate agent? See, we have something called the internet now. And for those of you who don't know, we're in Internet 2.0. And we're about to go into Internet 3.0. Some of you guys are probably wondering, when the heck did when did the internet upgrade? I mean, do I need to say the Ask Jeeves era, right? The Ask Jeeves era when we had Napster and we had LimeWire and FrostWire and the good old days of dial-up and AOL and Netscape. I mean, that's Internet 1.0. And then Internet 2.0 came up, and now we've got high-speed fiber optic internet and all that. And then Internet 3.0, 5G technology, is about to kick in, and now everyone's going to be connected. But what Internet 2.0 did, it amplified information. It amplified the information that the consumer can get on every single one of you. Meaning that if you are saying that you are the best real estate agent in the Curtis Park area, well, let's see if Google agrees with you. Mm-hmm. Let's see if that is exactly what is said on the internet. Okay, best Curtis Park real estate agent. Bam. Well, Google doesn't even bring you up in the top 10. Like, what's up? Well, here's my numbers. Well, where are those numbers? Why are you not showing your numbers? Why are you not telling your audience your numbers? Why are you not showing people your hustle? Why are you not showing people your success? Well, I don't have to. Why not? Well, I reserve that for my clients. So are you just going to live off of referral? I got a lender. She's been in the business for 22 years. She doesn't have a Facebook. She doesn't even have a Google business listing, nothing. She came to me and said, Yuli, how screwed am I? I was like, well, let me ask you this. Those last 22 years, what do you got to show for it? So, well, you know, I've been doing pretty damn good for myself. I'm like, okay, cool. But what about your reputation? What about your audience? What about your online presence? Because that's where the consumer's at now. They're online. Every single one of you is a consumer. And every single one of you would probably rather get stuff cheaper online than to get in your car right now and drive to go get that same product. We're all getting smarter. And the consumer, the majority of the consumer that is the millennials now, soon will be iGen, Gen Z, okay? Those individuals are going to be tough to work with if you're not up to date. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, it's already there. They don't see the world the way that we do. Great. They don't see the world that we do. They really don't. Okay? And branding more than ever is important. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I got 5 minutes, so I'm going to leave it on this note. Okay? Branding, it's all about brand loyalty now. It really is. It's all about brand loyalty. If you haven't started on your brand, you have to. Get the name right. Get the colors right. Okay? Get the font right. These are all things that FedEx, Best Buy, and all of them took into accountability. And you've seen the evolution. FedEx spent over $1 million on that logo. Why? They wanted to make sure that it was easy to read, easy to remember, that the colors would just identify them from a distance. Wouldn't you guys agree that it's worked? When it comes to FedEx? Like you can spot them a mile away. You can. Right?
Yes.
These are the type of things that you need to think about when it comes to your real estate brand. KW's done very well by consolidating into a KW, being red, bold, shows up everywhere. Remax has done the exact same thing with the blimp. I mean, not the blimp, the balloon, right? The hot air balloon, right? If I see that hot air balloon and I see a little bit bold letters on it, instantly I recognize that it's Remax, right? You want to have the exact same presence for your audience. So that way, when you are providing them with the value, your knowledge, remember, you are the subject matter expert, okay? You know real estate, they don't. They don't even know how to do real estate, yet they are listening to you, your Facebook Lives. They're reading your posts on, here are the things that are, required for a, to get a loan. Here are the most common items that you're going to need to apply for a loan. Or here are 5 things you should know about relocating your dogs before you move, right? Little tiny tips like that a lot of people don't think about. People are watching. But when people are watching and they feel that they just learned something, they're looking on how they're going to remember what they just learned. And your brand is that subliminal message in your subconscious that is going to tie them, that information, to who they got it from. It's going to be your brand. Not your name, not your face, not your profile picture, but literally your brand, your logo, whatever was part of that. Think about it. How do you remember things? Some of you might have that photographic memory. I don't, okay? So the way I remember always things is literally brands, colors, little things here and there, never the person. And I take a step back and I realize how many other people do the exact same thing. And I was like, oh. Some of you are like, damn, he's right. Okay? Remember, you are a business. You want to be in the business long term? Then get your brand right. Okay? If any of you guys need any help with any of this stuff, you guys want to pick my brain, all you got to do is like, Yuli, let me take you out to lunch. I got a couple of questions. You guys can find me on Facebook, # Ulysses Baltazar. You guys can find me on Instagram, # Ulysses Baltazar. Just look me up, add me as a friend, send me a message, and I'll be more than glad to help you guys out. Any other last things? No questions?
Patty Martinez is number 17 in Curtis Park.
Okay.
All right.
Steph Baker was number
Right
3.
below Rodrigo is Sunza Estrada, who I don't know.
So, if any of you guys are struggling
That's
when
okay.
it comes
On
to
my list,
ranking,
a home inspector came up on the list.
Oh, shit.
if any of you guys are struggling in ranking on Google or any of those things with your brand, if you've been in the business for a very long time, here's what I told that lender that was in the business for 22 years. I told her, you still have your databases? Like, absolutely. Then I need you to do one thing and one thing only. I need you to create your Google business listing, and then I need you to contact your entire database that you've done business with, and I need you to give them, for them to give you a review once a week. Once a week, call. Once a week, call one person from your database and tell them to leave your review, and make sure you follow up with them, because the life of your business depends on it. And watch how quickly you will go to the #1 spot when someone looks for a lender near me. Reviews is the little secret sauce tip that a lot of people don't realize. I know that we talked about it before back in the day, but now more than ever, the algorithm on Google business listings, it can see which activities are most active by how frequently they're getting reviews. And if you versus all the other lenders are getting a review consistently once every week, guess what? The algorithm sees that. And when it's seen oh, this person just got a review, they just went up one, but you just got another one. Eventually, it's this who's most consistent thing. And guess what? You guys already know the answer to this. The person with the most consistency, what?
Wins.
Wins.
Right?
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Oh, I was gonna have one more question.
Okay.
So that it would be reviews on Google's business listing.
Correct.
Do other reviews on any other sites count towards any SEO integration or advancement?
Let me tell you this. Yes, they do.
Okay.
Like Reach 150, Yelp. I'm not a big fan. I don't use them at all. I stopped using Yelp maybe a few years ago.
Yep.
They're on the way down. They're not even in the top
Right.
20 anymore of apps. Facebook reviews is good. See, Google will consolidate. Here's the other big key thing about branding real quick. Make sure that it matches across the board everywhere. Your bios, your name, your phone number, all of that. It's the same across the board. The information you got on your Google business listing is the same that you got on your Facebook business page, on your Yelp, on your Reach 150, on your Zillow profile, on your Realtor profile. Why? Because you can get reviews on all of those. And when people are leaving reviews on all of those, Google will notice and will index, it will crawl, and it will say, oh, wow, all of these match the same. So this must be all one and the same. And that's why you all probably have at least seen it once, where you look a business up and you saw that their Google reviews, their Facebook reviews, their Zillow reviews, their Yelp reviews, they were all consolidated in this one little spot that Google just gave you. That's because it recognized that this one person is the same across all the board. Here's all the information you need in one chunk. Google is doing wonders for businesses, okay? But which reviews matter the most? To me, Google. Why? Well, it's the search engine. They want to be #1, right? I mean, they're the #1 dominating. Like, why would you go to a third party when they're the ones in control? Might as well use all of their tools. I mean, can't beat them. Join them.
Right.
Seriously. All right, that's it.
Awesome. Thank